Hello, fellow classmates. Here is how I would differentiate instruction for a volleyball unit if we were talking about overhead and forearm passing in physical education. So first I would make sure that I am addressing all 5 focus groups of my class, meaning my high-performing students, middle or average-performing students, underperforming students, ELs, and special needs students. So the first thing I would do is have my students break up into partners, kind of give them that decision-making skill, let them get a little more interested in the unit. I could provide them all with volley lights to start with. It's a smaller ball. It might give them a little bit more control and a little more comfort on their arms. Then we could move into using a heavier regular volleyball. If my underperforming students are still struggling with that, I can provide them with beach balls. If they still can't handle using a beach ball and perfecting their skill of the forearm or overhead pass, then I could even provide them with a balloon to help work on their timing and control of the object. When it comes to my high-performing students, I could provide them with challenges. Maybe I make them pass back and forth a certain number of times without letting the ball drop. Obviously, these would be kind of my students who have played the game before. Maybe they play it competitively. They know exactly kind of the ins and outs of volleyball. I could have them go around and help the rest of the students who are struggling, make them my demonstrators. So I would have a lot of opportunity for them to not get bored and for them to stay on task. My average performing students are pretty much the rest of my class, the middle 1/3. They are still working on perfecting their skills. They are not at that high performing level yet, so working with a regular volleyball should work just fine for them. My EL students, a thing that would be great for them is to pair them with students who could possibly translate for them, so that if they're not comfortable asking me a question directly regarding a skill, they can ask their partner who they trust or maybe they're a little bit more comfortable with at that time about what they need to do. I could also provide diagrams all around the gym, pictures of what a perfect overhead or forearm pass should look like, and little cues about, this is what you should do with your arms or your feet, ready position, everything like that to help them. And then for my special needs students, if it is a group of them maybe who need to work independently, they can still do this activity. They would just be passing to themselves over and over again, or they could even pass against a wall, which I think that's great because it helps them move to the ball a little bit more because it'll come off the wall at a different angle almost every time, and it's just a good strategy to help them perfect their volleyball passing. Another thing they could do is if they are a group of students who work well in groups, I could have them engage in some kind of target passing, so it's a star passing drill. Maybe I have one person in the middle and they're trying to pass to that one person in the middle is trying to pass the ball back out. So some star passing there. This activity is great. It allows me to meet the needs of all of my students in my class, differentiate instruction where I need to, and have my students practice these very important passing skills. If you can't pass the ball in volleyball, pretty much in trouble. So the first couple days of any volleyball unit, I would really stress passing that ball, passing it over and over, passing it to a target. Thanks!